Hey there, let me ask you something. Do you ever feel like no matter how much you organize, your home still feels cluttered? Like you're constantly tidying up, but something still doesn't feel right? Here's the truth. It's not about how well you organize. It's about what you're organizing. And chances are, you're holding on to things that are doing more harm than good. So today, I'm revealing 12 things you keep organizing but should declutter instead. And trust me, some of these will shock you. Because the things we hold on to aren't just taking up space. They're taking up mental energy. And when you finally let go of them, your home will feel lighter, fresher, and so much more peaceful. But here's the best part. The last thing on this list is something almost everyone struggles to declutter. And once you do, it could change the way you look at your home forever. So stick with me, because you don't want to miss this. Oh, and before we dive in, hit that like button and comment below, what's one thing you know you should get rid of but haven't yet? Alright, let's start with the first thing that might be secretly adding stress to your life. 12 things to declutter. Keycap 1. Unworn clothes, the hidden guilt in your closet. How many clothes are in your closet that you haven't worn in years? Be honest, do you have a pair of jeans that don't fit anymore? A dress you swore you'd wear again, but never did? Or maybe a pile of just-in-case clothes? Just in case you lose weight, just in case that style comes back, just in case you find the right occasion. But let's face it, every time you open your closet and see those unworn clothes, you feel a little guilty. They remind you of what used to fit, what used to be in style, what you spent money on but never wore. And that guilt? That frustration? It weighs you down more than the clothes themselves. So here's what you need to do. Take out every item you haven't worn in the last 2 years. If it doesn't fit, if it doesn't make you feel amazing, if you're keeping it out of guilt, let it go. Donate it. Sell it. Pass it on to someone who will actually wear it. Because the only clothes you should keep are the ones that make you feel confident, comfortable, and truly you. Now, even if your closet is full of clothes that fit, there's something in your bathroom that could be making you look older, and you don't even realize it. Let's talk about the next thing you need to declutter: expired beauty products. Here's the real problem. Keeping clothes just in case isn't helping you, it's actually causing hidden stress. Every time you see them, you're reminded of a past version of yourself. A version that was thinner, younger, or had a different lifestyle. And that little voice in your head? It whispers, maybe one day I'll fit into this again. Maybe I'll need this for a special occasion. Maybe I shouldn't let it go. But let's be honest. That one day rarely comes. And instead of making your life easier, these clothes clutter your mind, not just your space. Imagine opening your closet and seeing only clothes that fit you right now, that you love, that make you feel beautiful and confident. That's what decluttering gives you: peace of mind, a fresh start, and a wardrobe that works for you, not against you. Now, let's talk about something else that's hiding in your home. Something you think is harmless, but could actually be hurting your skin. Let's talk about expired beauty products. Here's the simple solution. Only keep the clothes that you love and actually wear. Ask yourself, heavy check mark, do I feel confident in this? Heavy check mark, have I worn it in the last year? Heavy check mark, would I buy this again today? If the answer is no, it's time to let it go. Create a wardrobe that makes getting dressed easy, stress-free, and joyful. Keep only the pieces that fit your body, your lifestyle, and your happiness right now. Everything else? Donate it. Sell it. Pass it on. Because a clutter-free closet means a clutter-free mind. And now, let's move on to something that's been sitting in your bathroom for way too long. Let's talk about expired beauty products and why they could be doing more harm than good. Keycap 2. Expired beauty products, why you should toss them now. Did you know expired skincare products can actually harm your skin? That expensive face cream you bought years ago? It's not doing your skin any favors. That half-used bottle of sunscreen from last summer? It's probably useless now. And that old mascara you keep just in case? It could be a breeding ground for bacteria. But here's the worst part. When beauty products expire, their ingredients break down. Instead of helping your skin, they can cause irritation, breakouts, and even infections. So why are you still holding on to them? Let's break it down and talk about what you need to toss today. Here's the problem. Once a beauty product expires, its ingredients start to break down. What was once hydrating becomes irritating. What was once protective becomes ineffective. Old creams? They can lose their active ingredients, making them useless. Expired foundation? It can develop bacteria, leading to breakouts and skin irritation. Mascara older than 3 months? It's a breeding ground for bacteria, increasing your risk of eye infections. And sunscreen? If it's past its expiration date, it won't protect your skin, leaving you vulnerable to sun damage and premature aging. The truth is, using expired beauty products isn't just pointless, it's risky. So how do you fix it? Let's talk about what you need to do right now. 3. Old, broken jewelry, why you'll never fix it. Be honest, how many pieces of broken jewelry do you have sitting in a drawer right now? A necklace with a missing clasp. A ring with a lost stone. A tangled mess of chains that you keep saying you'll fix one day. But let's be real, that day never comes. And instead of adding value to your life, these pieces just take up space and create clutter. They're like tiny reminders of things you should do, but never actually get around to. So why are you still holding on to them? It's time to let go and free up space for jewelry that you actually love and wear. Let's talk about why this is so important. 3. Old jewelry, broken pieces you'll never fix. If you haven't worn it in years, do you really need it? That bracelet with the broken clasp. That earring missing its pair. That necklace so tangled, you gave up trying to fix it months ago. Yet, it's still sitting there, taking up space. You tell yourself, one day, I'll get it repaired. But deep down, you know that day isn't coming. So why keep something that no longer serves you? It's time to declutter and make room for pieces you actually love and wear. Let's talk about how to do this the right way. Here's the problem. You're not keeping that broken jewelry because you'll wear it again. You're keeping it because of the memories attached to it. That ring from an old relationship. That bracelet you bought on a trip years ago. That necklace from a special occasion, even though it's been sitting untouched for ages. But here's the truth. Memories don't live in objects. They live in you. And holding on to things you never wear only adds clutter, not meaning. So why not let go of what's broken and cherish the memories without the mess? Let's talk about how to do it. Here's the solution. Take out all your old, broken jewelry and make a decision right now. If it's valuable and can be repaired, fix it and start wearing it. If it's just sitting there collecting dust, sell it or donate it to someone who will actually use it. Only keep the pieces that truly hold deep meaning, not just out of habit. A small, carefully chosen collection of jewelry is far more special than a box full of things you never wear. Now, let's move on to something else you've been stacking up for years, but probably never touch. Let's talk about old newspapers and magazines, and why it's time to let them go. 4. Stacks of paper, the silent clutter in your home. Is your home drowning in old receipts, newspapers, and magazines? You save them thinking, I might need this one day. That article you meant to read. That recipe you swore you'd try. That stack of bills from years ago. But here's the reality. Most of that paper is just sitting there, collecting dust. And instead of adding value, it's adding stress and clutter to your home. So why are you still keeping it? Let's talk about why it's time to clear it out. Here's the problem. Piles of paper don't just take up space, they create visual stress. Every time you walk past them, your brain registers unfinished tasks. Unread magazines, old receipts, expired warranties. It's like a constant reminder of things you should deal with. But let's be honest, how often do you actually go back and look at them? Instead of keeping stacks of clutter, wouldn't it feel better to have a clear, organized space? Let's talk about how to make that happen. Here's the solution. Go through your stacks of paper and be ruthless. Keep only what's truly important, like legal documents, medical records, and tax papers. For everything else, Go digital. Scan receipts, old notes, and documents you might need. Store them securely on your computer or cloud storage. Recycle outdated newspapers and magazines. You can find almost any article online. A clutter-free space means a clutter-free mind. Now, let's talk about something else taking up unnecessary space in your home. Duplicate kitchen gadgets and why you don't need 5 different peelers. 5. Duplicate kitchen gadgets. How many peelers do you need? Be honest, how many gadgets in your kitchen do you actually use? That avocado slicer, that garlic press, that popcorn maker you used once and never touched again. And let's not forget the multiple vegetable peelers, can openers, and spatulas cluttering your drawers. At the time, they all seemed like must-haves. But now, they're just taking up space. And instead of making cooking easier, they make it harder because you're always digging through clutter to find the tools you actually need. So let's fix this and make your kitchen a space that works for you, not against you. Here's the problem. Your kitchen should be a place where cooking feels easy and enjoyable. But when drawers are stuffed with unused gadgets, it becomes a frustrating mess. You waste time searching for the right tool. You run out of space for the things you actually use. And instead of making cooking simpler, all that clutter makes it overwhelming. So let's fix it. Here's the solution. Keep only the essential, multi-purpose tools, the ones you reach for every day. 1 good quality knife instead of 5 dull ones. 1 versatile peeler instead of 3. A mixing bowl that does it all instead of 10 different sizes. Donate or get rid of anything that's just sitting there collecting dust. Because a clutter-free kitchen isn't just easier to use, it actually makes cooking more enjoyable. Now, let's move on to something else taking up unnecessary space. Old handbags, and why it's time to let go of the ones you never use. 6. Old handbags, the ones you never carry. If it's been sitting in your closet for 5 years, will you ever use it? That bag you bought on sale but never really loved. That trendy purse from a decade ago that's now out of style. The ones that feel too bulky, too small, too uncomfortable, yet you still keep them. You tell yourself, maybe I'll use it one day. But deep down, you know you won't. And all they're doing is taking up space in your closet. Let's be honest, do you really need all those handbags? Here's the problem. Tons of bags, but only a few you actually use. They're stuffed in drawers, stacked on shelves, or shoved in the back of your closet. And instead of making life easier, they make it harder, because every time you need a bag, you have to sort through the clutter. Here's the solution. Keep only 1 or 2 handbags that you truly love and use regularly. A classic, everyday bag that works for most occasions. A dressier option for special events. That's all you really need. Donate or sell the rest. Let someone else enjoy them instead of letting them gather dust in your closet. Your space will feel lighter, more organized, and stress-free. Now, let's talk about another space-hogging item you probably have too many of. Excess bedding and towels. How much do you actually need? 7. Extra towels and bedding. How many do you really need? When was the last time you used all the sheets and towels you own? That mismatched set you bought years ago. The old, worn-out towels shoved in the back of your linen closet. The extra blankets you keep just in case, even though they haven't been touched in years. At some point, you thought, it's always good to have extras. But let's be honest, how many do you really use? Here's the problem. Keeping too many sheets and towels clutters your space. It makes it harder to find the sets you actually like and use. And instead of making your home feel comfortable, it makes your closets feel overstuffed and chaotic. Here's the solution. Keep just enough for your household. For bedding, 2 sets per bed, 1 to use, 1 to wash. For towels, 2 to 3 per person is more than enough. If they're stained, torn, or never used, donate or repurpose them. A simplified linen closet means less clutter, easier access, and more space for what truly matters. Now, let's move on to another item that's probably gathering dust on your shelves. Unread books. Are you really going to read them? Here's the solution. Keep only 2 to 3 high-quality sets of sheets and towels, the ones you actually love using. Choose soft, comfortable bedding that makes your sleep better, not piles of old sheets you never touch. For towels, stick to thick, absorbent ones that feel luxurious, because you deserve it. Everything else? Donate or repurpose. Animal shelters love old towels. Extra sheets can be given to charities or used for DIY projects. A decluttered linen closet means less mess, more space, and no more frustration when grabbing what you need. Now, let's move on to something else taking up space in your home. Unread books. Are you really going to read them, or are they just sitting there collecting dust? 8. Unread books, the ones gathering dust. Are you really going to read that book, or are you just keeping it out of guilt? That novel you bought 5 years ago but never opened. The self-help book you thought would change your life, but it's still sitting on the shelf. The stack of unread books that keeps growing and growing, yet you always end up rereading your favorites. Be honest, how many of those books are just taking up space? Here's the problem. You feel guilty getting rid of books you spent money on. You tell yourself, I'll read it someday. But deep down, you know that someday never comes. And instead of inspiring you, those books just add clutter, both in your home and in your mind. Here's the solution. Keep only the books that truly excite you, the ones you actually want to read or reread. Donate the rest to libraries, community centers, or someone who will appreciate them. Decluttering your bookshelf gives you a fresh start and makes room for books that actually bring you joy. Now, let's move on to something even smaller, but just as unnecessary. Old glasses and sunglasses. Why are you still keeping pairs you'll never wear? Here's the solution. Keep only the books that you truly love or find useful. If it's a book you reach for again and again, keep it. If it's something that still excites you, keep it. But if it's just sitting there out of guilt, let it go. Donate them to libraries, community centers, or someone who will actually enjoy them. A curated bookshelf feels lighter, more inspiring, and clutter-free. Now, let's talk about something else that's been piling up for no reason. Old glasses and sunglasses. Why are you still holding on to pairs you'll never wear? 9. Old glasses and sunglasses, outdated and unused. Why keep glasses with the wrong prescription? That old pair from 10 years ago that gives you a headache when you wear them. The scratched sunglasses you never reach for anymore. The frames that don't fit your style, yet somehow, they're still sitting in your drawer. You tell yourself, maybe I'll need them as a backup. But let's be honest, when was the last time you actually wore them? Here's the problem. Keeping outdated glasses only clutters your space. They sit in drawers, on shelves, and old cases, taking up space but serving no real purpose. Instead of being helpful, they make it harder to find the pair you actually use. Here's the solution. Keep only the glasses that work for you right now, the ones you actually wear daily. Donate your old prescription glasses to vision charities. They can change someone's life. Recycle or toss broken sunglasses that you'll never fix. A clutter-free space makes getting ready easier, faster, and stress-free. Now, let's move on to something even bigger. Outdated electronics. Why are you still holding on to devices you'll never use? 10. Outdated electronics. Stop hoarding old tech. Still keeping an old phone from 10 years ago, just in case? That ancient laptop that barely turns on. That drawer full of old chargers, dead batteries, and outdated gadgets. Even that old flip phone you swore you'd use as a backup, but haven't touched in years. At some point, you thought, I might need this one day. But let's be honest, will you really? Here's the problem. Old electronics lose value quickly. They become obsolete, take up space, and turn into useless clutter. And the longer you keep them, the harder they are to sell, donate, or recycle. Here's the solution. If it still works, sell it or donate it. There are charities and programs that provide used electronics to those in need. If it's broken or outdated, recycle it properly. Many stores offer e-waste recycling programs to safely dispose of old devices. A clutter-free home means staying up to date with what actually serves you. Now, let's talk about something even harder to let go of. Sentimental clutter. Are you holding on to memories or just holding on to stuff? 11. Sentimental clutter. The hardest to let go. Keeping every birthday card, concert ticket, and childhood trophy? That stack of old letters from friends you lost touch with. The souvenirs from vacations you barely remember. The gifts you never use but feel guilty throwing away. It all feels important, but is it really? Or is it just stuff that's taking up space? Here's the problem. Holding on to too many sentimental items turns your home into a storage unit for the past. Instead of celebrating memories, you're drowning in clutter. You feel guilty getting rid of things, even when they no longer bring you joy. Here's the solution. Keep only the most meaningful items, the ones that truly make you smile. For everything else, take a photo and let it go. Create a digital memory box where you can store pictures of keepsakes without keeping the physical clutter. Memories don't live in objects. They live in you. Now, let's talk about something small, yet strangely hard to let go of. Extra mugs. Why are you still keeping so many when you only use a few? 12. Mugs you never use, the hidden kitchen clutter. How many mugs do you really need? That world's best grandma mug you got years ago but never drink from. That souvenir mug from a trip you barely remember. That oversized mug that looks cute but is too heavy to use comfortably. Yet, they're all stacked in your kitchen cabinets, taking up space. And every time you open the cupboard, they spill out, making it harder to grab the one you actually want. Here's the problem. Keeping too many mugs doesn't make your mornings better. It just clutters your kitchen and makes it harder to find your favorites. And let's be honest, you probably only use a few on a daily basis. Here's the solution. Keep only the mugs that you love and actually drink from. Pick 3 to 5 favorites, ones that feel good in your hands, bring you joy, and fit your daily routine. Donate or gift the rest. Someone else might love that mug you never use. A decluttered kitchen equals less frustration, more space, and a smoother start to your day. Now, let's wrap this up with one final thought. Why decluttering isn't just about your home, it's about your peace of mind. Decluttering isn't just about your home, it's about your peace of mind. Look around your space right now. Does it feel calm, organized, and uplifting? Or do you see clutter, things you don't use, don't need, but still keep? Decluttering isn't just about making your home look better, it's about making your life feel lighter. Less mess equals less stress. Fewer things equals more freedom. And when you let go of what no longer serves you, you create space for what truly matters. So now, it's your turn. Which item are you decluttering first? Drop a comment below. I'd love to hear what's leaving your home today. And if this video helped you, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and share it with a friend who needs this. Because less clutter equals more peace. And you deserve that peace. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.